So, guys, before I start today's conversation, I would like you to know these five things at the back of your mind. Life is all about creating yourself. The experience didn't just happen to you, it happened for you. I mean, there is always a lesson in every experience that happens to you. Like I said, it happens for you. Strength is really not a virtue. It is just your coping mechanism because you've been through a lot. Yes. Also, the way they treated you is all the closure you needed. And lastly, trust the timing of your life. Now, let's get into the conversation proper because we are talking about character building today. Character building are experiences and efforts we put into improving our characters, our personality, our appearance, the way we do things, and all of that stuff that we just put out there in the world. So personally, I believe that everyone has a story. I have a story. I mean, if I start my story, no go end. The matter long. But I believe everyone has a story behind their experiences, the way they act, the way they do things. When you sit down with people, then you discover that life is deep, guys. Life is seriously deep. Like I said, it happened to you and it happened for you to learn something. Even when I get to talk to people about things they've been through, I'm trying to learn from them because it's not everything that would definitely happen to you. Some things don't need to happen to you, but you should actually pick a lesson from it. So, what are the things that would happen to you that your character will start shifting? Heartbreak, guys, heartbreak. I was having this conversation with my friend, and we're talking about another friend who has recently been through heartbreak, a series of heartbreak, and there was a bit of disappointment there. And I'm like, you know what? Every of this heartbreak was actually building your character. Probably you didn't learn from the first one, then the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one, and you're here crying. You're crying now because I remember just saying, oh, at some point when I dealt with heartbreak, like, nah, this thing would never happen to me again. The next guy would have to treat me this way. I'm going to show up as a queen because I am a queen, guy. If you have me, you're privileged. I mean, all of me is a privilege. I'm not coming into a relationship feeling like I want to control things, but I just want to know that I'm worthy, I'm enough, and all of that stuff. I mean, emotions is also fleeting. You might like somebody today and not really like them in few months, in few years, and that's a little bit of things that people are not taught to deal with. So it builds your character when heartbreaks happen. I mean, you would have to deal with the fact that you felt pain because you invested a lot into the relationship. You invested your time, you invested your emotions, your feelings, you invested even bringing them into your private circle. So now you have to start adjusting yourself, deciding that, okay, I used to be so used to this person calling me and that is never happening again. This will actually change you, especially if you've been through toxic relationship, guys. It's that one will definitely change your mental, it will change your emotional, it will change your physical. But when you go through stuff like that, seek therapy, because your character was not the one you went into that relationship with. Any form of abuse in relationship that led to your heart being broken, it could be verbal, it could be physical. Anywhere you were abused in a relationship, seek help. Seek help, talk to somebody. Another thing that would actually change your character is grief. I feel with grief, no one teaches us how we're supposed to grieve. Life happened and you lost a loved one. So when you're grieving, you would find out that you're a total different person depending on the level of hurt you feel. You're going to grieve opportunities that you missed also. It might also be as a result of something you lost. It might be so precious to you that it takes you a really long time for you to be able to let go. So you might be grieving the business that you invested so much in and the whole money just went down the drain, or it probably didn't work out, or you might be grieving the fact that you were let down by something you've invested so much into, like your trust, and you've been seeing a future or a vision for that thing to really grow. You would grieve the process. I mean, sometimes changing careers, you're not prepared for it, so you would actually grieve the fact that you're letting something go. Another thing that would actually change your character is rejection. I feel with rejection, guys, we always have the fear for rejection before it even happened. But I've come to realize that rejection is not so bad. I remember talking to a colleague and I'm like, I'd rather be rejected than be tolerated. I would rather you send me off than for you to treat me like I'm nothing. I don't even want to waste time. Like, please reject me. I don't know. There's something about growth. Like, I'm in a situation and I'm like, I don't want to be here. So if even before you start thinking of rejecting me, I've rejected you, because I now have a standard for my life. And if I'm not your standard or your cup of tea, I mean, I could be champagne and you only drink beer. So please reject me. Fast. Even before I start catching feelings, emotions, I start feeling comfortable and sitting down with my two butt. Like, please reject me now. Because I don't want my character to change. There are some people, they're stuck in a job that they're not so happy like doing the job or going to that office, and they come back home and they start putting their frustration on their family members. So I remember one time I was really during my period of growing through my career, and I got so frustrated because things were not happening the way I thought it would happen, and I became a very terrible sister to my sisters, especially my second younger sister. I would scream if she missed something. Let's say she was supposed to clean the kitchen, forgetting that she was actually dealing with her life as a teenager. I would come back, I would scream. I'm such a quiet person. I started raising my voice. I became a beast to myself. And when I go to my job, I'm always very angry. I'm always very sad. I would go to the bathroom and cry, then come back and do the job. It was really bad. So I pray that I want to be rejected. I want to be the day I received termination of my contract, guess what? I was smiling. People were asking me, so what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to get another job. And guess what I did? Another thing that changes people is moving out, traveling alone. When you travel alone, I mean, it opens your mind. Like, I always believe in solitude. Sometimes I get tired of seeing people. Sometimes I get tired of people talking to me. I just want to be alone. That period of taking that time to yourself, it builds your character. You start trusting yourself more. You start knowing what is good for your soul. See, traveling alone changes so many things about you. You need to learn to just do things alone. Some of you are waiting for friends to come along on your journey or to go with you. I mean, you need to go out alone, sit alone, go out and meet people alone. You don't have to move around with your clique or friends and the likes of it. Just go out and discover life alone. Another thing that makes you build character is failure. If you have failed, except you did not learn your lesson, but you invested in the process and you failed and you took the lesson, trust me, you become so strong. You are not faced by things shifting, adjusting, shaking, challenge. You're not faced by it, because guess what? You now trust yourself more that you can deal with it, especially if you failed and you never allowed yourself to drown in regret. I mean, regret is good, but you should not drown yourself in it. When you fail, you find your way, and of course it builds your character. It makes you act strong. Some people will be looking at you that how's she handling things? They would not know that you looked at yourself in the face and be like, I am in charge here, I'm in control, and I will turn this thing in my favor. I'm just giving you a clue to what I did. Because when people thought, oh, she's failed, she doesn't have a job, she doesn't have a relationship, she doesn't have this, she doesn't have that. I mean, I was struggling, but every day I was showing up for myself. I was showing up for myself because that's the only thing I could give myself. I'm not going to allow, the world has beat me down already. Why would I beat myself down? So my character had to change, and it made me stronger. So moving on, because I need to get onto this point quickly. Success also changes your character. People would always say, oh, you will not see their real character until they have money. Yes, you're supposed to change. When you have money, your taste in yourself is going to change. Your taste in food is going to change. Your taste in places you want to go to will change. Your taste in people will change. This is the part I like more, the taste in people, because success needs company of successful people. Your friends will be like, you no longer hang out with, sorry, I can't I can't stay on the call too long with you because you're not talking things that will take me to the next level. When you meet with successful people, they make plans for how you all can get to the next level. Even if you're competing against each other, it's healthy competition. But poor people, I'm sorry I'm saying poor, but poor people have poor mindsets when it comes to competition. When you're in the circle of rich people, successful people, you find out you're thriving more. Even though you know that this person is your competitor, you know that you're still advancing in life. So success does change people, but you feel like it's bad because your mindset is looking at it in the bad way. When you start thinking of it that when I become successful, I want to be this person, I want to be this version of myself, of course you need to change. Okay, this other one that changes people is near death experience. I know I talked about grief, but if you have faced anything that brings you so close to death, you will be humbled. You will be humbled. If you're doing gra through life, you will just be cool like ice water, because now you will see people hurrying up and you'll be like, no, I'm going to walk down, count my steps, I'm not rushing. When you lose things, you'll be like, okay, let it go, because I'm still alive, I still have the brain to do this thing, I still have the mindset that works. Everything just changes around you. Your character changes. If you're really a hard person, you become a soft person. Have you noticed those parents that they are close to like old age, they start changing their character, they start becoming soft? Parents that used to shout and used to be like, why didn't you do this, I will discipline you, they'll start being like understanding, they're talking to you, they're advising you. I'm like, what happened? Shy. But it's because when you go close to you, my former boss used to say he doesn't like birthdays because it's more like you're getting close to your grave. But I don't see it that way. But I just believe if you have like a near death experience, you will definitely change. Your outlook towards life will change, your character will change. So this particular one changes your character also, just like success changes your character. Being broke changes your character. And I'm not saying broke because you guys are like, why are you coming for us? Because we don't have money. I don't really have much. I'm still looking for money. That's why I'm asking you to subscribe, because it's a game of numbers that we're playing here. And I'm not really playing the games for number. I'm just putting out content that will be valuable to you and I. So being broke, if you've actually had money before and you become really broke, your character will change. If you've never had money, you've always been broke, trust me, that's not your original character. But being broke, like you had it, you don't have it again, changes your character totally. There's this type of fear that you have at the back of your mind. Except you're really strong and you have this self-belief in yourself, you will definitely change, because being broke is not good. Some people are cranky. It's because they've not had a lot on their phone. It's because their accounts, the numbers are not numbering, they are not adding up anymore the way they would like to. It used to happen to me. Back then, if I'm cranky, it's because I don't have money. It's not really because I'm hungry, because when I don't have money, I really can't even buy what I want to eat. So it's not that, it's just my account balance is not showing the number I would really like to see. And once I get bam 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 and it increases, I feel happy, I feel elated, and my spirit comes alive. So being broke changes your character. Might be short-lived, but it does change your character. Like I said, Everything is all about timing. Just trust your process, trust the timing of your life. Stop being hard on yourself. It will pass. If you're going through heartbreak and you're feeling like your heart want to explode out of your chest, it will pass. If you've lost your job and you're thinking what way to go, it will pass. Just take your time. Nobody's rushing you. You will get another job. I mean, if you're working on yourself through personal development, you will become someone else, and it's okay. Okay, don't worry. Life will be fair to you if only you can just change your view. Stop looking at things in the wrong direction. Sometimes you're just not seeing it totally. It's like looking at the sky and forgetting to look the other way. And I mean, just look at the sky. You would never see one type of sky in one angle. When you turn like this, you might see another type of shape of clouds and colors and everything. On that note, I'll be leaving because let me not talk too much, because I'll be shooting another video. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, and of course share with me in the comments what has really changed your character. And if it hasn't, you can actually just comment that you like this video so I can keep putting out this type of content. From me to you, it's peace, love, love, and bye bye. Yay. And bye bye.